running after just 6 minutes. It knocked the stuffing out of Equatorial Guinea, but the National Thunder have gradually played their way back into the game. Everything to play for here in Douala. Côte d'Ivoire on top, but they need a second goal for insurance. Eric Bailly's defence yet to be breached. Will that stay the same in the second half? Hasn't been a classic, but there have been chances for both sides. You can see Côte d'Ivoire on top in terms of possession, but that has come down compared to the opening 20 minutes. Only one shot on target each. Obviously Côte d'Ivoire's is their goal, and apart from that it's pretty even. Just one yellow card for Côte d'Ivoire. Equatorial Guinea, they've had one more corner, 2-1. So they haven't been outplayed, far from it. And that's what their coach, Juan Michu, should be reminding them of now in the changing room. Côte d'Ivoire against Equatorial Guinea, the second Group E game in Douala at the Stade Japoma. Equatorial Guinea in red, on the back foot, and they've been dispossessed here. Good interception, ball falls kindly to Gradel, and what a goal! Absolute thunderbolt by Max Gradel. Gives his side the lead after just 6 minutes of play. Machin bundled off the ball by Sangare. Loose ball, bounced kindly, and how about that for a finish? One of the goals of the tournament so far. Sapunga helpless. Equatorial Guinea came back into the game through Undong, stinging the palms of the goalkeeper Badra. Up the other end, another poor clearance, led in Côte d'Ivoire. Lofted ball from the left, and a free header for Sangare, but he just couldn't guide or control the header. Goalkeeper stranded in no man's land. Well beaten. Equatorial Guinea growing confidence. Undong, and he took it, waited for the ball to come to his right boot instead of hitting it first time with his left. And 1-0 it is to Côte d'Ivoire at half-time.
Knowing who you are starts with knowing where you come from. We are the now and the future. We know that we live in a world that offers us endless possibilities. We will continue to win, to create when, where, and how we want. And if they ask you how we did it, tell them we only know one way to do it. We don't wait for permission. We do it now. My name is Ayobalogun Wizkid, and I am made in Africa.
Oh, Captain Marvel must gradually lead by example. The captain of Cote d'Ivoire striking as early as the 6th minute. Cote d'Ivoire lead by 1 goal to nil, and quite an impressive performance from the Ivorians. We see some of the action from the first half. Very strong hands. Kessié plays for AC Milan, and the goalkeeper, well, this is Kessié with a cross. And just check this attempt by Kone. Maxwell Kone, the goalkeeper, was in no man's land. John, you're making that point. I mean, the goalkeeper, as we keep saying, if you know you can get the ball, just don't come. And again, he completely missed it.
Exactly. I think it was 3 or 4 occasions he was doing that in the pole. First, he's not communicating well, and then when he's coming out, he comes out sloppy, unaware whether the ball he was going to get it or not. He will just come out and then he will miss the ball. Yeah. He was putting pressure, too much pressure on the back four of Equatorial Guinea players. But in all, I think this is one of the high-tempo games that we have seen so far, from beginning to now. When the Ivorians, the way they started, I think they came with the game plan as well, trying to get early goal, which they managed to get it. Yeah. But in all, I think it's one of the fastest game ever so far.
Well, like 2 defensive errors resulting in a goal by Cote d'Ivoire. I'm not taking anything away from Masgradel. He took a shot very, very well. But within the first 6 minutes, a few defensive blunders from Equatorial Guinea resulting in that goal.
Yeah, for me, I think when you're playing against a very world-class players, you should always be careful.
All right.
Because when you cause this blunder, it will hurt you. Because they have players that they have the experience, they know what they can do in certain areas, and I don't think the Equatorial Guinea defended very well with that. But apart from that, after they conceded a goal, they took the game to the Ivorians, which for me, I think is a plus for them.
Yeah, John, after the first 6 minutes where they conceded a goal, they quickly regrouped Equatorial Guinea, and it was very impressive. The captain of the side, Emilio Insue, played so well, led by example, and then Indong, also in midfield, as well as Pablo, played so well. And on 2 occasions, Badra Sangari had to come to the rescue of the Ivorians.
Yeah, I think they did well after conceding. They didn't look back. They kept going, putting pressure on Ivorians. And then I think Indong has been very good. He was being so much creative for the Equatorial Guineas. And then even he can shoot from 40 yards and all. But the pressure that they gave it to Ivorians was massive. It was amazing. I mean, from 45 minutes, from 1 minute to 45 minutes, they've been on them. And that's Indong. Look at him. Yeah. Very good with happy feet. That cutback was amazing, but the striker was late to get into the box. But so far, they have made the game look like still 0-0. They don't look like a team that is down by 1 goal.
Well, this is Equatorial Guinea. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, before the match, if you looked at the quality of materials on the bench of the Ivorians, and if you check the materials from Equatorial Guinea, we thought it was a David Goliath affair. But we were reminded of the fact that the game between Algeria and Sierra Leone had taught us a few lessons. But clearly, they have not been overawed at all by the reputation of quite a number of these players who play for high-profile teams, barely for Manchester United. Would you believe that? And you have on the bench Nicolas Pepe, who plays for Arsenal, as well as Zaha for Crystal Palace. Any manager having the services of Zaha should be starting. And I'm wondering whether in the second half, you don't think that these players should probably be introduced to add some bite to the attacking machinery of the Ivorians?
It depends on the way the game is going. And as a coach, when you have such players on bench, it depends on how the game is going. When you are losing, you need someone like Pepe, you need someone like Zaha. For me, I think the coach have respect for whoever he wanted to put there. You have a game plan as well. But these two players, you need them on the pitch because they can give you. Imagine if you have Pepe on the right side, coming inside and then doing what he does at Arsenal, and then you have Zaha come in from the right side. I think you have everything in the team. But Equatorial Guineans, I think they've taken the game to the Ivorians.
Yeah, John, from the way Equatorial Guinea have played, especially after conceding the goal, they are very capable of pulling parity.
It takes a good team and determination team that will come out after conceding early goal like that. And then looking at the team that they are playing against, Ivorians, they are not small team that you might think, oh, we concede 6 minutes and we can equalize so easy. But the pressure they are giving to the Ivorians, I believe that the Ivorians have to come in the second half and try and implement what they did early to concede, to score that first goal. If not, the Equatorial Guinea was going to give them a lot of pressure and problem.
Well, we see live pictures from the venue. Live, we've seen Kessie for AC Milan week in, week out. We see his pace when he's playing for AC Milan, his aggression, his venturous runs. We haven't seen any of those in this match.
It depends on the opponent that you are playing, and it depends on the league, the way the league is being played. The league that is playing in, you have most of the teams have experienced players, and the coaches have known themselves. So it looks like you have to adjust to the way the game is going, and then you go on. So coming into this game, I don't think you've played against Equatorial Guineans. Most of the players you've not met them, so those things can also affect you because you don't know the opponent that you are playing. We don't know what is bringing on board.
Get lucky.
Equatorial Guinea have a sorry record in first halves in competitive football, but they tend to be more prolific after half-time. Will that be the case here? Patrice Baumel. I'll be looking for a third continental success in this competition. It's good to see. Kessier and Edu have been going at it hammer and tong. There's a sportsman like shake of hands. And there is the man whose goal separates these two teams, Max Gradel. 92nd cap. What a way to mark it. Sebastian Haller still waiting for his first clear-cut chance. Will this be the game when we see two outfield goals for the first time in the competition? And it is Equatorial Guinea who get the second half underway. If they can pick up from where they left off in the first half, we might be in for a rousing second half. They go route one, and here's an great opportunity. And it was nipped in the bud. Ball just wouldn't come down for the Equatorial Guinea side. Played, hugging the byline. Haller's touch is casual. Edu's ball was more incisive. Comes to nothing. The conditions here continuing to sap the players. That's why they're at walking pace. Equatorial Guinea's coach could well have been summoning the spirit which saw them beat Tunisia at the end of their World Cup qualifying group. Tunisia kicked off their Africa Cup of Nations with a defeat to Mali. Tough group, it's Group F. A little bit too casual from Haller, waiting for the ball to come to him. Equatorial Guinea have played as we expected. They're hard-working. They improved their organisation in defence after conceding the goal. They'll need to be alert again here. Apologies, it is a lazy-looking ball. That's a wonderful, wonderful piece of defensive play by Eric Bailly. Not a first-team regular for Manchester United this season. Just made 7 starts. This is the hard work I was talking about. And Sue waits for support. Floats the ball in. And he couldn't generate any power on the header, which is a pity. Dorian Jr. And Sue held the ball up as long as he possibly could, or felt he could. Floated it in very nicely. Only problem with that type of cross is that there's no power generated. Dorian Jr. had to create the force himself, which he couldn't really do. Goalkeeper had to come out of his penalty area there. The duels in midfield, that's the way to go in the second half. And winning a second duel, bearing down on goal, ball in, brilliant defence by Cote d'Ivoire. The danger's still alive though. Edo kicked it well wide of the post, couldn't get his angles. Another great chance for Equatorial Guinea, wasted. Incisive play by Ndong again. Drills the ball in. What a defensive cover. Now, was that intentional by Simon Deli? And inviting ball in. Goalkeeper gets a touch to it. Does Badra. They got out of jail there, did Cote d'Ivoire. And his body shape's all wrong there, Edu's. Couldn't get his angles right. But Cote d'Ivoire have been warned. Could well be where it hurts every man. Indeed it is. Haven't seen too much of Gradel in the second half so far. Don't very much with the Equatorial Guinea. We'll leave him unmarked again. Onto the left foot. Powerful shot, but it was never on target. Wilfred Conan just swerved away from him. A little bit off balance as he made contact with the ball. They're slowly but surely making advances upfield, Cote d'Ivoire. The best two chances of the half, though, have gone to Equatorial Guinea. Maiga, with his long throw. Edu. Well, they'll be lucky to get a yellow card for that. True, studs were up by Seri. Seri's been in good form at Fulham since returning there on loan. Fulham were relegated to the second tier of English football. Seri's been in fine form. Second in that division, a Fulham. A little bit of space now for the National Thunder. He fell over the ball. Just when he seemed to have the run of the ball, he went and trod on it. It's unfortunate. It was Yannick. Quickly taken by Côte d'Ivoire. Didn't surprise Edu though. Good awareness. Teasing ball. That's well read by the goalkeeper Sapunga. Terrific atmosphere in the stadium. Noise reverberating around this arena. Great to see fans back in the stadium after so many games played behind closed doors. Edu. It's good pressure by Nsue. Forcing Bailly to play the ball. Ball rebounds kindly to Badra. There is Seri, the central midfielder. A lot of the Ivorian team play outside of their country. Some of them, like Haller here, born abroad. He was born in France. And it's that experience gained of playing in Europe's top leagues which is proving useful. Terrific ball for the danger man and Bondi. Back to Ndong. It's quite static though in the penalty area. A lot of white shirts back defending. And sensible play. Just playing the percentage pass. That wasn't. Edu. Not a bad ball in by Dorian Jr. Always swinging away from his target. Well, they weren't on the same wavelength there. Machin and Nsue. Not best pleased, Nsue. just wonder, is fatigue beginning to kick in? Two incidents in the past minute where they've been in good field positions, but their close control has let them down. Could this be the chance? A great block. Dogged defending by Coco. Just as Corner is about to pull the trigger. That's the hard work ethic that they're renowned for, Equatorial Guinea. Look at this. Refuses to let go. Corner. Good upper body strength to shield the ball. And this time, Kessier's won a corner. He wants a word for the first time in this match. Ghana and Delhi get a headmaster like talking to. On we go. I think Redouane Gied's done a pretty good job today. The studs are up there. No complaints. The referee plays on. That's when they lose their attacking momentum, Equatorial Guinea. Defence and midfield not moving up as one. Halep, good ball off. Cuts inside. Well, he knows he's wasted an opportunity there. Throws his hand in the air. Nicely done. Equatorial Guinea not here to make up the numbers. Far from it. And Suet, one-on-one. Oh, good save. And Suet, disgusted, knows it was a great chance. End-to-end stuff. Clear chances at both ends of the pitch. Cote d'Ivoire looking to stretch the Equatorial Guinea defence. And Suet still looks up to the skies. Great run. He's onside. Ball over the top. Not intercepted. The goalkeeper did awfully well there. Did Badra. And Suet tried to bend it around the goalkeeper. Caught in two minds possibly. We have our first substitution of the game. There will be a second one here. that's going to hurt Sangare. Crashing into the photographers' chairs. Hands up for Asue is a change for Equatorial Guinea. They looked inspired. Pablo Gane pulling the trigger, and that wasn't far off, you know. He's a midfielder, but he loves to have a pop on goal. Pablo Gane. Well, 20 minutes into this half, and still just a one goal between them. Double foul on Edu. First through the back and then the arm across the neck. Nearly throttled the poor man. The huffing and puffing here, Equatorial Guinea. Referee needs to get out of the way a little bit more quickly. That was too casual, too clever by half. That's a foul. And a yellow card as well. No doubt about it. He's just come on the field as well. That's his first major contribution. All the way, and that's a superb interception. That wasn't too good though. Deep cross, it's too far for Gradel. Can he keep it in? No is the answer. But that will enable Côte d'Ivoire to make their substitution. I thought it might. I've had second thoughts. Good battling play, wins the free kick. They really are having to rely on that fighting spirit. He's got a good poker face. There's Patrice Baumel. Hard to read, giving absolutely nothing away. And this is a big competition for him. Kept his job despite the disappointment of missing out on the World Cup finals. The agony of that last match defeat to Cameroon. Toko Ekambi's goal. That's the second consecutive World Cup finals that Côte d'Ivoire will miss out on, having reached the previous three. Edu pulls the trigger, wide of the post, but not by much. Fantastic effort. Well, the danger is still there from Equatorial Guinea. Nice give and go. From distance, must have been over 20 metres, going towards 25. Goalkeeper looked to have the post covered, did Badra. But it's another warning shot across those defensive bows. So off comes Franck Kessié, the AC Milan midfielder. Had a relatively quiet game by his standards. Also coming off, Max Cornet. But it's a triple substitution. Cornet replaced by Wilfried Zaha. And the goal scorer, Max Gradel. He's done his job. And he's replaced by Arsenal star Pepe, Nicolas Pepe. That is a star-studded bench, isn't it? If you can bring on players of that caliber. Space for the Elephants to work with. Appeals for offside, flag stays down. We'll keep up, palm the ball up into the air. Zaha. And that's the danger the Crystal Palace man brings. He missed the last two World Cup qualifiers in Côte d'Ivoire's group. And there was some slight confusion. At first it was thought it was because he was considering his future. Cross drilled in by Wilfried Conan. But it later turned out that Zaha had picked up a nasty bug in the previous two World Cup qualifiers. That was the real reason that he never had any intention of walking out or walking away from his country. Born in Abidjan, and we played for England under-19s up to under-21s. As Côte d'Ivoire looked to seal the game. Haller. And they're queuing up now. Côte d'Ivoire up front. It's good skills. Ball dinked across to Haller, but not accurate enough. Zaha pulling a face. He's only just come on. You knew what he was thinking. Two players not on the same page. And Suet, look how much the possession stats have come down. Just over 4% in it. At one time Côte d'Ivoire had 50% more of the ball than Equatorial Guinea. Just shows how the National Thunder roared back into this game. They're unlucky not to be level. Some would say they're unlucky not to be in front. And all this without their first choice goalkeeper, Sylvain Gboho, and Serge Aurier. The man who was captain in some of the World Cup qualifiers, he's not even on the bench. Very experienced player from his time at Paris Saint-Germain, Tottenham Hotspur, and currently Villarreal in Spain. Well, he's having to do the mazy dribble because he has absolutely no support on his left. Unfortunately, Edu lost the ball. There's an overlap. He goes for goal. He had a player charging through on an overlap on the right. A let off for Esteban. Definite push. Trying to make out it was a natural fall. Good luck with that. He's going to be careful as that man. He's on a yellow card, is Unlavu Asue. Just under 50 minutes left here in Douala. Noise continues to echo around the Japoma Stadium. And we're not at full capacity. That's been pegged at 60%, the normal capacity. 80% for Cameroon games. One of the advantages of being the host. One of the first touches Pepe's made. Not a first team regular under Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. Played 9 games this season. Born in France, like Sebastian Haller. Joined Arsenal from Lille. It's a dangerous game. Côte d'Ivoire are playing. They're happy to spread the ball around. They're confident in their passing ability. They're finding their men easily. But all it takes is one mistake, one badly placed pass. Now that said, I've actually lost count of how many passes they've made without an Equatorial Guinea player touching the ball. We're into double figures, that's for sure. That was ambitious. Would have been lovely if it had come off. Second bite of the cherry. Well played. They say never let the ball bounce, but Equatorial Guinea got away with it there in the form of Coco. Only his 7th game for his country. the ball over the top. Might be their best chance of success. That's the ball. Played into space. 3 players up front. Passing from Equatorial Guinea. Not as crisp as their opponents. Apart from that pass, he says. And right on cue, they lose the ball, and cheaply. That's good play, very good play. This to finish, oh no! Absolutely skied it. Well, that was a golden chance. That would have been game, set and match. Excellent run. Wrote the challenge. Well, yes, there was a man coming in, but still he had time to control quickly before making the shot. Here they come again, just wide of the post. That's a save. Great save by Sapunga. Now the chances, all of a sudden the floodgates opening. That time it was Pepe trying to caress the ball around the goalkeeper. He keeps his side alive. The substitution for Côte d'Ivoire. Off goes Haller. And here Gannett's gone off for Equatorial Guinea. Goalkeeper was in no man's land there. Ball drilled back in. Sebastian Haller, replaced by Christian Kouame. And he's put in a very good shift this evening. With just under 8 minutes to go here in Douala. Toa comes on for Edu. Mike Dabo is in trouble. The full-back for Côte d'Ivoire. Looks like a spot of cramp. It might just be the collision. It is the collision with his own teammate. He's back on his feet. He's all right. And there's confirmation. Kouame coming on for Haller. Underwhelming game, Haller, it has to be said. It's a lovely weighted through ball. Only one man in the box though. Would he go himself? Well, he tried it. He came to nothing. Showed too much of that. Well played, Coco. Equatorial Guinea, conscious the clock is counting down. But they have to be a bit more savvy than that. Blazed his shot over the bar, did match him. Unconvincing. Good strong challenge. Referee didn't like the seconds by Akapo. Capo has served as captain at times. Certainly in the World Cup qualifiers he was. A bit of space, he goes for goal. Wilfried Zaha doesn't need a second invitation. 5 goals for Côte d'Ivoire in his 21 games, which is as many as he scored for Crystal Palace this season. Easy take. Thought Pedro might take his time, keen to get on with the game. There's a man down. Referee seen him, and the ball will be kicked out of play. And it is Capo, and it looks like his final contribution to the game. This all plays into Côte d'Ivoire's hands, killing any momentum that Equatorial Guinea might have been building up. Three minutes played. 3 minutes of regulation time left to play. Zaha. Well, they know they're a goal to the good. 3 points virtually in the bag. So rather than go for goal, they're playing a possession game, Côte d'Ivoire. Keeping it simple. Short passes. Mixing it up there. That's the danger when you go for goal. Cynical foul by Pepe. And Luis Mesege comes on for Capo rather. He's got just, 90 seconds to help his team equalize and get a point. If not, it looks like we're heading for yet another 1-0 result from this Africa Cup of Nations. It has been such a tight opening few days of the tournament. Would you believe it would be our 9th 1-0 result from the opening week? Quite remarkable. That looked 50-50. Both players had studs up. Cote d'Ivoire's next game will be against Sierra Leone. That's on Sunday. And then a week tomorrow rather, they face the defending champions Algeria. Can they hold on for a victory here? They've looked comfortable. We will have 3 minutes of additional time added on. 3 minutes for the National Thunder to get back into the game. Verde, to his credit, doesn't waste time. Pass is intercepted, but the ball stays with the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. Well, the advantage for Cote d'Ivoire is that Equatorial Guinea are defending really deeply. Ball over the top was a challenge. Cote d'Ivoire win it back, looking to put icing on the cake. Saha onto his left boot, just wide of the post. Brilliant individual skills by Wilfried Saha. Well left, goes one way, onto his left boot. Well, he's naturally right-footed, but he likes to play on the left as an inside-out winger. So nearly ended the game. And as it is, we're only a minute off that final whistle anyway. Saha, though, what he's shown so far has laid down a claim to start the next game against Sierra Leone. Blocked. A 4 red man defence pitched on the edge of the penalty area. It is almost an invitation for Cote d'Ivoire to try their luck with pot shots from outside the box. Once again, you could say he's trying to be too individual or selfish, but and there's nothing else on. When you 1-0 up, why not? Now, last chance saloon for Equatorial Guinea. Well defended. Ball safely back at the feet of Badra. Cote d'Ivoire lining up another substitute. They won't have time though. That's the final whistle. Cote d'Ivoire celebrate 1-0 victory in their opening game. It was hard fought. They were made to sweat all the way, quite literally in this humidity. But in the end, that early goal by Max Gradel proving its weight in gold. The difference between the two sides, Cote d'Ivoire off to a winning start, 3 points in the bag, and they will go top of the group with that. Perfect start for Patrice Baumel's team. Wasn't a classic, not by any stretch, but then opening group games rarely are, no matter what the competition is. But they did what they had to do, Cote d'Ivoire. Patrice Baumel will be pleased, especially with the 3 points. Looks like this man, Seri, has picked up the Man of the Match award. Diminutive figure in midfield, just 1.68 m. But boy, does he put in a good evening's work. I'll spare a thought for Equatorial Guinea. That early goal knocked the stuffing out of them. But to their credit, they played their way back into the game. The end of the first half, the better of the two teams, and they picked up from where they left off at the start of the second half. This man and Sue had a very good chance for them. In fact, there were two very good chances, which of course, had they taken, would have ended in a different outcome. But ifs and buts and all that.
Jean-Michel Serré, bonsoir et félicitations, vous êtes élu.
Congratulations to Jean-Michel Serré, man of the match. What does it mean to you after all your experience and personal achievements?
En Coupe d'Afrique, il n'y a pas de performance.
An Africa Cup of Nations, there's no individual performance without a team effort. So I'd like to thank my teammates who enabled me to pick up this trophy. I'd like to thank God. By His grace, I'm here today. You dictated the game for your country. Is that significant for the matches to come?
Je pense pas. Ça a été
I don't think so individually.